Police got a tip. There was a body in his trunk. Hello, true crimerers. This is the case of Shelena Kyle. Viewer discretion is advised. Sadly, I don't have a ton of information on Shelena. However, she was born and raised in Lafayette, Indiana. She attended William Henry Harrison High School, which she graduated in 2015. While she was there at that high school, she met a man named Logan Kyle. The two of them started dating and quickly hit it off. And then in 2016, when Shelena was now 19 years old and Logan was 20 years old, the two of them got married. Logan Kyle joined the U.S. Army sometime around 2014, 2015, and apparently he was Corporal Logan Kyle, who was an infantry fire team leader with 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 10th Mountain Division. A few years into him serving, he would be stationed at Fort Polk in Louisiana, so he and Shelena would move there. There are some details that are scarce, and for the sake of getting something incorrect because of whatever tabloids might say, I want to preface this by saying this is just rumor and speculation that is not confirmed necessarily. So, at some point during their relationship, during their marriage, Logan and Shelena would kind of break up, or they would take a break, I guess, from the relationship. The rumors are that this was because Shelena had found out that Logan was a cross-dresser. He was dressing in women's clothing. He had spent a bunch of money on, makeup. But there are also stories that say that Shelena was completely accepting of it and she loved him no matter what. At any rate, during this time off from the relationship, Logan would meet another woman named Sarah Parker on a dating site. The two of them dated for some time. Then Logan and Shelena basically reconnected, and Shelena wanted this relationship, this marriage, to work, and she wanted them to both work on it. So, allegedly, Logan would break ties with Sarah Parker. At approximately 9:30 p.m. on October 21st, 2018, police got a tip from an anonymous individual that Logan Kyle and Sarah Parker were driving around in the red Ford Taurus vehicle, I guess that Logan owned, and in the trunk of that vehicle was a human body. How the tipster knew it, I'm not really 100% clear on, and who that person was, I don't know if they've ever actually released who that was. But police would track down the Ford Taurus. It was, they were driving on the road and they pulled them over. And police kind of approached the vehicle at gunpoint because they were told there's a body in this car. And everything kind of goes relatively smoothly and calmly when police essentially are asking them to open up the trunk. And when they open up the trunk, there is in fact a human body in there. And it is the body of 21-year-old Shelena Kyle. So Logan and Sarah are arrested. And to make matters even worse, in the vehicle in the back seat were 2 children, very, very young children. They were Sarah's kids. They were driving around with a human body, a deceased person in the trunk with 2 children sitting literally just in front of the body. So Logan and Sarah are arrested. They're taken into custody and they're, separated, obviously. After some time, Logan Kyle admits to murdering his wife. He said that he and Sarah were driving around looking for somewhere to dispose of her body. He said that Sarah had nothing to do with the actual murder. She didn't know he was going to do it. She had absolutely no knowledge of it. However, she was involved in basically getting the body in the trunk and in the planning of trying to get rid of the body. Sarah and Sarah's family would claim that Logan was essentially holding Sarah and her kids hostage, that basically Logan forced Sarah to be involved in this once she found out that Shelena was killed. Whether or not that's true, I can't say for sure. The situation with Sarah seems to be still ongoing, and not much has really been released on her involvement and her side of this. I do know that her 2 children were put into the custody of their father, and they were safe and sound after that. I mentioned earlier that I don't want to, go with tabloid stories about this case, but I do want to say essentially that the rumors about this as to why he did this. The tabloids ran with the fact that Shelena was going to expose Logan's cross-dressing to the military, that she was going to call him out and reveal who he was. So basically, there was, I guess, confirmed from family and friends that Logan was in fact a cross-dresser, and he was considering getting, the actual surgeries done to transition. But in the military during that time, because of legal aspects that the administration had put in, essentially, you could serve in the military, but you could not get any kind of gender-affirming care. You couldn't get the medications required. You couldn't get the surgeries if you were going to continue serving in the military. And the rumor is that Logan had this fear of being exposed, and he was going to get found out, and the military was going to kick him out. It's kind of very unclear, actually, as to if that was actually his motive. The other part about this story is that Shelena was pregnant, and Logan and Sarah were supposed to no longer be an item. The more likely scenario is that Shelena got pregnant, she told him she was pregnant, and perhaps he wanted to instead be with Sarah. And so now this pregnancy is in the way of that. There has been no confirmation that he did this because of his cross-dressing or his thoughts of going through with transitioning. There's nothing to account for that. Nor is there really anything really publicly to say that he did it because of the pregnancy and because of, Sarah. There really is no true motive listed. The only thing known for sure is that he, in fact, murdered his wife at Fort Polk, there in Louisiana. He confessed to it. He did it. He was caught with her body. That's all we can say for sure, is he killed her. He murdered her. For what reasons? I guess that's his own reasons. And they didn't really need to establish motive because he would end up pleading out anyway. And because the murder took place on a base, he was tried in the military court system, but he would end up pleading guilty. So he pled guilty to her premeditated murder. They could say for certain that it was premeditated. Again, I lean more towards like the pregnancy and the girlfriend thing, but I can't say for sure. And he was sentenced to life in prison without parole. He was also dishonorably discharged from the United States military. At the heart of all of this is a 21-year-old young woman who was pregnant. She was excited to start a family. She was very accepting of this lifestyle that her husband had. By every account of her friends and her family that knew about this, she was extremely accepting of it, and she was okay with it. And she just wanted to move forward and have a child and have this big happy family. But Logan, for whatever of his own reasons, decided no, that she didn't get the right to do that. We will never get to know what kind of mother Shelena Kyle would have ever been. In terms of Sarah Parker, like I said a little bit earlier, I don't know the current status of her. All I know is that back then she was arrested and she was charged with like accessory after the fact and helping try to dispose of a body, but I don't know exactly what the outcome in her situation was. But at least the monster is no longer a threat to anyone. And that is it for this case, True Crime Maroonies. I hope you found it interesting. As usual, if you have tripped, fallen, and stumbled your way into this video, stop being a silly klutzy klutz. And hi, I'm Mike. I tell 4 true crime stories a week here on YouTube. I also tell a few throughout the week on TikTok. I also tell one on Instagram, one on Facebook, all over the place. Yeah, I'm everywhere. Deal with it. So please subscribe here, like this video so it gets pushed out to the universe, and follow me on my other socials if you so choose. The links to all of them is in the link tree in the description below. If you have a case you want me to cover, please email me. My email is listed below as well. My case list is also in my link tree, and just email me the name of the person, where it happened, and when it happened, and I will eventually, I promise, add it to my list. I pick my cases at random. I cannot tell you when exactly I'll cover that case, but I will at some point. Next, if you want to support me in any way, we do sell merch. We sell t-shirts and hoodies and a wine glass and stuff like that. We ship internationally all over this fine world, yeah. So that is also in the link tree below. And if you have a Discord account and you want to join my Discord server, I do have one. Yes, it's true. Also in the link tree below. Be over the age of 18 or else you'll be kicked out of there, you sucker. That's weird. But that is it for this video. True Crime Maroony Doony 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 Ding Dongs. Don't sing, Mike. Okay. Until I see you again tomorrow. What am I doing? I don't know. I don't sing. I'm not a singer, yet I'm still singing. I can't stop. Goodbye. Singing makes me sick. Bye.